Rain poured softly against the tall glass windows of Grayson Enterprises that morning, the kind of drizzle that made the city seem both alive and lonely. Inside the lobby, people hurried in and out, their shoes clicking against the polished marble floor. Amid the noise and movement stood a girl, small, quiet, and almost invisible in her oversized cardigan, holding a stack of files close to her chest like a shield. Her name was Lena Carter, a shy intern whose voice rarely rose above a whisper. No one paid much attention to her. She was the kind of person who blended into the background, who smiled politely and kept her head down. But that day, without knowing, it was her moment to be seen. A man entered the lobby drenched from the rain. He looked lost, holding a paper in his trembling hands. His eyes darted around in confusion as he tried to speak, but no sound came. His lips moved, but words never reached the air. Lena froze. She recognized the look, desperation mixed with isolation. The man was deaf, and from the panic in his eyes, it seemed he needed help urgently. Everyone else passed by, murmuring excuses or pretending not to notice. Lena took a deep breath, her heart pounding, and then, almost instinctively, she began to move her hands, sign language. The man's eyes widened in shock, then softened in relief. "Can you understand me?" he signed rapidly. Lena nodded, smiling gently. "Yes. How can I help you?" It turned out he was here to deliver an important document for a charity partnership, but the receptionist couldn't understand him, and the meeting was about to start upstairs. Lena didn't think twice. She guided him through the security gate, translating his signs patiently to the front desk. Her hands moved gracefully, her expressions clear and warm. She didn't notice that someone was watching from the upper floor, behind the tinted glass walls of an office overlooking the lobby. That someone was Alexander Grayson, the CEO himself. Known for his precision and cold demeanor, he rarely stepped outside his world of numbers and contracts. But something about that quiet girl below, her kindness, her calm presence in a chaotic place, made him stop. He watched how she helped the man, never asking for credit, never drawing attention. And for the first time in years, the powerful CEO felt something stir inside, a strange, unfamiliar warmth. Later that day, Lena returned to her tiny desk on the 17th floor, trying to shake off the nerves that always lingered after any social interaction. She had no idea anyone had seen her. She just hoped the man made it to his meeting. But at noon, her phone buzzed, a message from the HR department for Lena Carter. "Please report to the CEO's office immediately." Here her heart nearly stopped. The CEO, her hands turned clammy. What had she done wrong? She replayed the morning over and over. Had she broken a rule by escorting a visitor? Maybe she wasn't supposed to leave her floor. Panic clawed at her as she stepped into the elevator, clutching her badge tightly. When she entered the CEO's office, she was met with a quiet so deep it made her knees weak. The room was sleek, modern, and intimidating. Behind a vast desk sat Alexander Grayson, sharp, suited, and unreadable, his gaze fixed on her like he was studying every thought in her head. "You're Lena Carter," he said finally. His voice was calm but heavy, like thunder rumbling from afar. "Yes, sir," she managed to say, her voice barely above a whisper. "I saw what you did this morning," he continued, "with the deaf visitor." Her stomach twisted. I'm sorry if I broke protocol. I just wanted to help. I didn't mean." He raised a hand, cutting her off. "You didn't do anything wrong." Silence. Then he leaned forward slightly. "Tell me, where did you learn sign language?" She hesitated. "My mother, she was deaf," she said softly. "I grew up speaking with my hands more than my voice." Something in his expression shifted, a crack in the polished armor he always wore. "I see," he murmured. Then, almost too quietly, "You did something most people here wouldn't even think to do." Lena blinked, unsure what to say. He stood and walked to the window, his reflection merging with the city lights below. "This company talks about inclusion," he said, "but few of us live it. Today, you reminded me what that really means." She stood there frozen, her heart trembling from a strange mixture of fear and awe. Then he turned back to her. "I want you to work directly under me on a new project, our accessibility initiative. You'll help design communication channels for hearing-impaired clients and staff." Her mouth fell open. "Me? Yes, you." His tone softened for the first time. "You've already proven you understand what others overlook." She felt tears prick her eyes, but she blinked them away quickly. "Thank you, sir. I won't let you down, I know," he said quietly. "That's why I chose you." Weeks turned into months. Lena worked tirelessly, transforming the company's culture piece by piece. She taught sign language workshops, implemented translation tools, and built bridges where there used to be silence. Her confidence grew with every passing day, and so did the unspoken bond between her and Alexander. He started visiting her department more often, at first under the guise of checking progress, but eventually, everyone noticed the way his gaze lingered a little longer on her. There was something deeply human between them, something both of them were too cautious to name. Then one day Alexander called her into his office again, but this time there was no formality in his tone, just quiet sincerity. "I used to think success was about control," he said, his voice lower than usual. "But watching you, it made me realize it's about connection." Lena smiled softly. "Sometimes it just takes one person to listen. To really listen." He nodded, his eyes gentle now. "You taught me that, and I hope you know how much it meant to me." The rain started again outside, tapping lightly against the glass like the first day they met. Lena looked up at him, realizing that even the quietest voices, those spoken not in sound but in kindness, could reach the deepest hearts. And somewhere deep inside that vast, glittering tower, the shy intern and the once cold CEO both learned the same truth: the most powerful connections in life don't always need words, they just need understanding.